Hello Normans and welcome to this week's Norman News. I'm Eva Donish.
And I'm Jonah Donish. Stay tuned for more news on BHUSC.
And more on the college admission scandal.
Hi, I'm Eric Meridian here with this week's Sports and World News.
Hi, I'm Riley Medizadeh with this week's Entertainment News.
Around the school in 30 minutes, this is the Norman News. On Tuesday, BHUSD Superintendent Michael Breggy sent out his fourth community update on the process of reconfiguring the school district. In this letter, he spoke about how the process to reconfigure the century-old school district calls for the temporary closure of El Rodeo and the transformation of Beverly Vista into a dedicated middle school, with Hawthorne and Horace Mann both becoming dedicated elementary schools. The update also announced the middle school grand opening is set for Sunday, August 11th from 1 to 3 p.m. Now to Jonah with news on Norman Aid.
Thanks, Eva. Do you have your calendars out? Well, you might want to take it out. Down some important dates coming up. Don't miss out. This month on the Norman Aid has presented to us, Beverly students, that this month is all about accepting yourself, feeling confident and happy in your own skin, as well as strengthening our weakness. Norman Aid wants to help others not to be afraid to love yourself, no matter your shape or size. Here are some important dates to be aware of. On April 12th, there will be an assembly to only a select English class about the media and the body image. There will also be a guest speaker speaking to us students. April 29th, at lunch, you can attend the monthly Aid discussion about improving your body image and self-esteem. Healthy snacks and self-discovery journals will be provided to the first 20 participants. Don't miss out on these discussions. Now to Eric with sports.
Thanks, Jonah. Last Saturday, LAFC and DC United faced off against each other in the biggest match of the MLS season so far. DC and LAFC were top of the Eastern and Western conferences respectively, and it looks like LAFC was going to have a tough time against DC, who were yet to lose a home game at the new stadium. However, LAFC wiped the floor of DC, beating them 4-0 with a hat trick from Uruguayan Diego Rossi. Right now, LAFC looks like the best team in the league. Now to Genevieve with more sports.
Thanks, Eric. Celtics forward Jason Tatum will not return after suffering a left shin contusion in the first quarter of Sunday's game against the Magic. Tatum missed 2 shots and didn't score in 6 minutes before his injury. He is averaging 15.9 points in his second season with the Celtics. How will the Celtics succeed this season without their star player? All we could do is watch and find out. Now to Kayla with fashion.
Thanks, Genevieve. Kendall Jenner showcases a quirkier sense of style as she spent Saturday afternoon driving around in a Cadillac. The 23-year-old model wore an unusual pair of two-tone patchwork jeans with a chunky lilac sweater and a matching bandeau top. She finished off her look with glossy Oxfords and her micro sunglasses, while color coordinating her knitwear with the lavender Eldorado Biarritz car. That's all for this week. Now to Bri with entertainment news.
Thanks, Kayla. Netflix on Monday morning dropped the trailer for Homecoming, a film by Beyonce, a behind-the-scenes documentary of Beyonce's 2 iconic 2018 Coachella Music Festival performances. The streaming platform wrote in its description of the trailer that the film is an intimate, in-depth look at Beyonce's celebrated 2018 Coachella performance, and it reveals the emotional road from creative concept to cultural movement. Beyonce's documentary announcement coincided with Solange's cancellation of her 2019 Coachella performance over production delays. Beyonce became the first Black woman to headline Coachella in April 2018, and the historic sets, the first of which lasted 2 hours, broke records as the most live-stream performance of all time, and were praised for their unapologetic celebration of Black culture and history in a predominantly white cultural space. The shows were framed around the theme of a historically Black college or university homecoming. Now passing on to Riley.
Thanks, Bri. As everyone's opening up their acceptance letters to college, many are getting kicked out, such as Felicity Huffman's kids, Lori Lawlon's kids, 33 families, and 9 coaches are being charged with fraud and conspiracy. Federal prosecutors say wealthy parents bribed to get their children into some of the nation's top colleges, including many who are now being released on bail for about $250,000. Prosecutors say William Rick was the mastermind of this plan, and he will be charged for money laundering. They do not know what will happen with the others. This is still an ongoing investigation, so we will just need to wait and see what happens. Now to Tatiana's movie review on Pet Sematary.
Thanks, Riley. This week's movie review is on the Pet Sematary. Not only will this movie serve you the best pop-up scenes, it'll also have a good story to it too. A mystical cemetery brings back the dead, but at a cost. Follow along the story of a man who learns his lesson of burying things in this cemetery. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's new movie trailer.
In the woods today, LA discovered a charming little landmark.
The Pet Cemetery.
Place to bury our pets and remember them. Might seem scary, but it's not. Perfectly natural. Just like dying is natural.
The whole town's been using this place for generations. Folks make a kind of ritual out of it. It's not some campfire story.
Saw these on the trees up there.
They're warnings. The local tribes carved them before they fled. They feared that place. There's something up there. Something that dates way back. Those woods belong to something else. Something
That cat was dead.
that brings things back.
Cheers.
I know what you're thinking of doing. But they don't come back the same.
Daddy.
What's going on?
Hug your daughter. I should never have shown you that place. Your child is not the only thing that will come back. The barrier is broken.
We have a second chance.
Sometimes dead is better.
Looks great. So, Noelle, there's a new product hitting the market that has been nicknamed the dumb phone. It's the
Light Phone 2, yes.
Yeah.
So the whole basis of it is that it's the opposite of an iPhone. It has no social media. It can only call and do text, and that's just about it.
Well, do you think that that's a step in the right direction or the wrong direction?
I mean, I think it is a step in the right direction because we've been seeing a lot of studies about how addictive social media can be and how all these little tricks they do to keep your attention. But at the same time, I mean, you could just delete your social media.
Right.
And I feel like even if you do, social media is so much integrated in our life nowadays with, you know, all these businesses that have social media. Schools have Instagrams. I think we can never really truly cut social media out.
I agree, but I think it might do well with parents who don't want their kids accessing social media too early or spending time playing games on their phone. So I think for those early years where it's 4th or 5th grade where you don't really need a smartphone yet, but you do need some sort of communication, I think it might hit that market really well for parents who want to limit their child's access to the internet and such.
Well, they can get a flip phone.
Yeah.
All right, let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks, guys. Today's weekly restaurant is Pink Taco.
Pink Taco is a perfect place if you consider yourself a Mexican food fanatic. They have different foods on their menu like steak tacos, yummy quesadillas, enchiladas, and more. They have two famous things that they're known for, each of them super trendy. First, everyone loves to get a cute drink in their signature pineapple. You ask for any drink in that pineapple and it's super cute for pictures. A super trendy place for eating yummy Mexican food and snapping a few pics. They also have such a pretty wall that people love to take pictures at. Definite 10 out of 10 recommend. Now to health with Yasmin.
Thanks, Bella. The celery juice movement is the latest health trend, which is popular among celebrities and influencers. Celery juice works wonders for those with bowel issues and irritable bowel syndrome. Celery juice soothes and cools the digestive system and acts as an anti-inflammatory in the GI tract. Celery is very high in calcium and silicon, which help regulate and strengthen damaged bones. It also is packed and full of vitamin K, which is an important role in health and helps fight against osteoporosis. Now to Eric with World News.
Thanks, Yasmin. A rhino poacher was killed in South Africa after sneaking into a national park last week. He was killed by elephants and then was proceeded to be eaten by lions. He was accompanied by 4 other poachers who were unharmed and taken into custody by the South African National Park Police. Now to Genevieve with some national news.
Thanks, Eric. President Donald Trump has broadly shaken up his enforcement of immigration policies with a series of moves in recent liners in his administration have his ear after figures shown an increasing number of people entering the country illegally. Trump on Sunday abruptly forced the resignation of Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, suddenly withdrew the nomination of his pick to lead immigration and customs enforcement, and escalated his rhetoric after a trip last week to the U.S.-Mexico border. Now to technology with Nathan.
Thanks, Genevieve. Apple's customers have been anticipating that in 2019, almost every single one of its devices will be upgraded to the next generation. This starts with the kickoff of the second generation AirPods, which just recently came out. There will also hopefully be a 16-inch MacBook Pro, which will be the largest one made in the last several years. Additionally, a new iPad mini 5th generation is expected to be released this year, which is thought to include the new Apple Pen and many of the same features as its previous version. Also, 3 new iPhones are expected to come out in the fall of this year, of course, with various new upgrades. These are just some of the new products that are expected to come out. Take a look at all of them when they do. And now, passing on to Jonah with news on medical technology.
Thanks, Nathan. Working with mice, a team of Johns Hopkins medicine researchers have developed a relatively inexpensive portable mini microscope that can improve scientists' ability to image the effects of cancer, stroke, Alzheimer's disease, and other conditions in the brain of living and active mice over time. The device, which measures less than 5 cubic centimeters, is locked onto animals' heads and gathers real-time images from the active brains of mice moving naturally around their environments. This technology allows us to record really rich amounts of data on the underlying functions of the brain over the lifetime of a disease model, says Arvind Patek, PhD, Associate Professor of Radiology and Biomedical Engineering at the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, and a member of the Johns Hopkins Cancer Center. Now to Jasmine with opinion.
Thanks, Jonah. Ever since Hillary lost to Trump, it has become clear that if you're a supporter of Trump and you share your thoughts, you're treated like the enemy. If you have a job or are speaking to your neighbors, or if you're at school like me, then you better not let anybody onto the fact that you're a Trump supporter. The consequences could be detrimental, like losing your job, having neighbors that hate you, and teachers who give you a lesser grade than you deserve. Like all problems of this sort, it starts by pointing out there is a problem. In my opinion, I think everyone's entitled to their own opinions, and we should We should treat everyone and we shouldn't treat anyone differently because of their political preferences. This whole problem comes from postmodern liberal thinking that holds their power in groups and shuts down anyone who opposes their positions. If the group decides to attack you on your position, you're not being attacked by an individual, you're being attacked by a group, and you can't hold a group responsible. Now let's send it back to Jonah.
Thanks, Jasmine. Do you like dancing? Well, if you do, I got you, because Emmy Award winner Debbie Allen will be back at the Wallace for the 4th season of free outdoor dance events for your whole family. This event will take place on April 14th of 2019 from 12 to 2 p.m. The description for this event gives you a little idea as to what you will be learning. You will be introduced to the basics of the flamenco dance techniques, but make sure you wear your hard shoe soles. Get ready to learn and have fun, and don't forget to invite anyone who would love to come. Now to Eva with one.
Thanks, Jonah. Beverly's National Art Honor Society is putting on its annual student art show from April 15th to April 25th, with a reception on Thursday, April 18th, starting at 1. There will be lots of amazing art, as well as activities, food, and entertainment. The art department is also looking for singers and songwriters to perform at an open mic during the reception. Speak with Mr. Fetterman if you're interested.
Thanks for watching.
Stay tuned next week for more Norman News.